here's the sweater. Let's just dive into tutorial. To look a little close on a summer sweater, so we will need 4 parts, one for front, one for back, two for sleeves, and of course if you would like to make straps you can attach them later, or if you like to do without straps it's another option. And here how it look like. So here we are, and there are just for back as well. Yeah, and it's actually a flower pattern. Here how the pattern is look like. So all row is finished. If you would like to do the next row, it would be start with the same like row of just double crochet. And here we are. This is our row of 4 flowers on it, and I can show the row with 2 like flower by flower. It's like the same size of this flower, might be the rectangle here, and it's almost all idea. A little odd angle of filming, but yeah, it's all part I have done for our sweater I guess. So it would be back one. You see there are 4 patterns of flowers. It would be front one. There are just 3 patterns of flowers, and the same 3 like flowers for sleeves here, and here another one, as you can see. But yeah, it's not enough space for it in this video, that's why I will be a little overlapped. On the back side, how to identify your size, just try on yourself. And if you need like more, for example, and I can wrap all my body with 7 flowers. If you need more you can do like, but not, it's not enough for just another separate flower pattern. You can do just couple holes somewhere, or just that couple rows, and it would be enough. And now I intend to show you with this green thread how to sew it, or the way where I will do this. I will use a different thread because it would be more visible for you. So first of all, let's start with our sleeves, because sleeve, like my sleeve, I will sew it right here. That's why I will put this green thread just like something like this. But of course I would be sewing with just with white one, not with green. So in this way I sew my sleeve. It's the same way I will do for this one as well. So give me a second, I will do it on another side. So another side of sleeve done, and right now I take it a little bit out. How I will sew for both sides, I wouldn't do any stitches here, it would be just looking like this, and I will sew it on this line here and there, or just to show it with this green thread, it would be more likely like this. Just connect this side, this side, this side with this side, and then let's imagine I cut this green yarn. I do a different side, this, and this. And here we are. It will be our sweater. Just another way to show how to join these parts. So it would be sewing here at this part, just at this one, nothing here or there. Here it would be our sleeves, sewing would be there. It will look like this. And on another side, also sewing would be here, and sleeve would look like this. Ta-da! short way to sew all of them. So here's our back part, here's our sleeve, and here's our another sleeve. Here's a two different way of join our ends. So it's both our sleeves, and as you can see, here is my join part is going, and on one side it's really visible and on another it's not really visible. So what's the difference, how I did one and another? Right now I will take a different yarn, like a different color, and we'll show on a different example how I did both of these, and then you can choose which one you prefer most or which less. We'll join both of these parts, and how much yarn do we need to measure it? I use like for this first example, let's say to make a whole join, I use like 4 times yarn go 1, 2, 3 and 4. It would be enough in this case, and this amount of yarn would be enough. I just measured for this end, it might go right like this one 4 times. For the second example of our join, we don't need 4 times the size of our join, we need just 3 times, so less yarn, just like this, 3 times going one direction, back, in the same direction. I use a different yarn just to show exact action what I have done to did all of this, and first of all, as you can see on some parts it could be end left it, I just put it inside. Also I put my like join yarn and also inside, and I will start with angle without knots, without anything, and did one join, just sewing. I use a needle, not crocheting, and I did my first sew at this point, just in a corner in edge, and then here we have like big hole. I probably can do it a little bit yeah, like here, more close. In big hole I put like 2 joints. I just hold both of these ends and then sewing like this. So put the 2 stitches or joints in the big hole. Then there are our loop, as you can see here, and on a different side there. I also go through them. I don't do the crocheting because it would be like really visible, even more visible than on our current example. So then we have big hole and we do 2 sewing in this big hole, and then again our loops, here loop, on a different side loop, as you can see, going through, then big loops, and this is the way of our first pattern, how we do it. And here we are, our result. For the second type of joining, I also do with needle, with sewing. So put this ends inside, this end also inside, starting with the edge here, just without knots, without anything, nothing at all. Just put a needle inside, but hold the end just in case. And you can put one more stitch at the same place just to imitate making a knot. It would be enough. So I made this join on the loop we have. I skip this big loop, let's say, and how I do this, I just put my crocheting, because right now I have a different color, it's really visible. I just go through these stitches, which is going like, which is double crochet, and like coming out in the loop. So going through, and even now it's not really visible, even if it's green. I just going through this loop, and the next join would be particular where is our row loop going, here and there. And you can make at this point 2 loops or just one, like I did right now, 1. Then going further, skipping all of this big loop and going where is our row loop, you see, and next our join would be here. Don't confuse with the rows. Where there, here and there. So, and then all of this end will be hidden, and then continue going through, coming out in this loop and join in our next. So you can do on both sides, on this one, on that one, whenever you would like, but I just choose one side and always do on one side. It's like easier for me, but you can do whatever you want. Like here and there. And as a result, we have less stitches, and they look as less stitches. So let me put it a little bit upper. Could you see it just a little more upper as well? Yeah, that's perfect. And as here we have less stitches to join, it's look like less massive as this one, because here we have too much stitches. That's why the difference between 2 of them, here it's too massive and this one almost invisible, but still, if you know where stitches hiding, you know where they are. But yeah, you still could put in on invisible part and leave this part as visible. But yeah, it's the way how to join both of this side, but please use the like the color you just use for this, just to don't receive 7 like I did. I just use it for example to make a little more clear explanation. All parts are sewed together, as you can see, and now there are just last part left where we need to sew somewhere here under our arms. So at this point you also can try on yourself how it will look like, and yeah, and another sleeve, and somehow we need to attach them to don't pull them down, so that's why we need to make a sewing somewhere here. It might be maybe a couple of stitches, maybe 5 centimeters, maybe more, so on both sides, and it's our next part what we are doing. Currently here you can see all 4 sewing part, and I intend to attach like one by one, so sewing to sewing. Somehow here it probably would be like this, and this one like this, and I will use stitch marker somehow, just don't count for now, just attaching somewhere like this, and on the same side, like here, like I attach here and there, and then I will try and count the stitches probably as well by attaching them as I did, so they more attaching to the back rather than here. So I might take it out as well on this side, so give me a second. Yeah, have redone. Now I have attached to the sew where sew is, and then count 10 stitches on both sides and attaching, so it's right under my arm on both sides, and it's much more nicer, I could say. Or even I could put it a little further here as well and sewing on this line. Just 10 stitches would be okay. One sleeve is attached, so it's the way how I did this, and actually I have started with the part where sewing on both sleeve and our main part, and then count 14 stitches, because when I put, like, let's say here on both sides, I don't know how to say this, like the place where you sew something, there are just 7 left here, and that's why on this side I also did 7, and I intend to do the same on this side. So initially I could start I could put a little bit close, and I could start sewing here to attach my sewing. I just left some end and took a yarn where sewing part it's here and this one, and just I hold it and then making a couple stitches in the same place, 1 and 2, and it's okay. And then I can take this stitch marker out, and I will count 14 on this side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and put in 15th one stitch marker, and do the same on another side. All done, and actually all stitches before our stitch marker on both sides we might to do our sewing. So, and the way I'm sewing, I just take one loop here, one loop there, and take a yarn. Nothing, like really simple base one, like attaching sew a stitch, and that is, and put inside as well our like end from the beginning, and then do all the way through. Here we reach the point where our stitch marker, so the next loops would be our stitch marker loop. That's why I will just end my crocheting. I just return one loop back, putting needle inside, then make one more loop and put needle as well inside. And after this we like receiving a little like knot, and then put the rest or hide the rest of our thread inside our stitches. And at this point it's possible to cut yarn actually. So give me a second. Where's my scissors? And as you can see, just cut, and then it would be hidden inside. Here we are. Sewing underarms was done, and it's not falling down, but I also considered to put some ribbon or some couple rows here, that it will go like west and will be holding on my shoulders rather than sometimes occasionally just falling down. we identify the place where we need to do our ribbon, or our ribbon, to make it a little, like, to help it attach to our body and don't falling down. So actually I use 17 double crochet here and 17 there and 8 like all together where they are currently, because it would be just 3 double crochet row, but row will be go this direction, that direction, this direction. And yeah, let's start crocheting handle for our shoulder. As usual, we will start just with loop here, and let me make it a little bit closer. Yeah, hopefully it look much nicer. And we will attach. Let's begin with the pink one. I just leave long end, don't worry currently about it. And actually I can't even attach this way with making the loop. I can remove this orange pink one, put it the same stitch where it was, grab a yarn and not grab a long end and leave a short end. And here how we attach or making our knot. And then we start to do our chain, just regular chain, and just try on yourself how much you will need. I actually done one of these, and you can do your chain and then try and wear and then identify how long it would be for you. I make a chain with 70 loop on it, and currently will attach so to the front side of our summer sweater. So here just making a slip stitch, one, then making another slip stitch in another one, and then in one more making one more slip stitch. So we are moving forward to the yellow stitch marker, and from this point we will crochet back. We will do double crocheting and take our loop here and do 70 double crochet back, and see you near our back side of our summer sweater. So make one double crochet, in the next one another one, and so on, so on, so on. Actually, I find the words, it's straps, so let's do 2 straps, and we nearly there. So did you remember that end we need to hide it? So let's do it. How to do so? We just take it from one side here, and then from another side there, just like going here, there, a little boring kind of actions, but we kind of hide this end in this way. The end is hidden, and now so we reach a point where we did double crochet everywhere on our chain, and now we will attach it. So here there are one end already attached. We skip 2 loops and then attaching on this one while making slip stitch. So And because the next row it would be again a double crochet, we need to make 2 more slip stitches. So 1 more and another one slip stitch, and at this point we can actually start do our double crochet in the way back, and here we will do the same slip stitch, then 2 more slip stitch, third touch, 2 more slip stitch, and then double crocheting back, and see you probably in orange stitch marker. Just in case how to like crocheting double crochet, we just turning our crochet back and we'll do it like this. In this way. And the same from the yellow stitch marker, we just making slip stitches to attach and then turning the crochet and do double crochet. I nearly reached the point with orange stitch marker, just the last double crochet, and we still need to attach with our orange stitch marker with slip stitch. So yeah, it's done, and we can cut the yarn and then hide our end, and that is it. So our straps, like you need to do both of this. Straps is done for a sweater, summer sweater, not really a sweater. And yeah, that is it. Just hiding the yarn, then just almost hidden, just pull a little bit and then cut. Here we are.